Hey, welcome back to Brian's Redline Garage. Today I'm doing a review instead of, working on the old 40 or, one of the other cars I got here in the shop. And today it's got to be the Arc Captain Cup 50. A buddy of mine, he's really been, wanting to know about this. So I figured I'd do a little video on it. Granted, I've only made a few cuts on this machine and I really don't know what I'm doing, to be completely honest, you know, but it is a 110 and a 220 volt machine. And, you know, it's, it's light and compact. I think it's under, well, like 15 pounds, I believe. Yeah, and I'm going to sit there and tell you a little bit about it, just what I know about it. And, if you guys have any questions or concerns, feel free to leave them in the comments. Well, here's what we have. It's, like I said, it's lightweight, portable, and it doesn't take a whole lot of air to run this. I think you can honestly probably run it off a 12-gallon air compressor. A little 110. This machine in particular, I do not recommend to run on 110. I tried to run it, on 110, and anything above 30 amps, of course. Most 110 outlets is 20 amps and below. You're going to sit there and blow breakers. So I'm running it with the 220 volt with a 50 amp breaker. Same breaker I use my welder on. And, and I haven't blown a fuse yet or a breaker yet. But yeah, this machine, it does have a built-in regulator. Here on the back where you can adjust your air pressure. And, with this cut, I'm going to be using 60 PSI. Of course, you want to sit there and adjust it. That and the voltage, well, amperage, versus the size of material you're going to be cutting. I'm going to be cutting a piece of 1/8 inch strap, today. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the machine and the features. This particular machine is set up for a 2T and a 4T feature, which 2T is when you sit there and you hold the trigger, make your cut, you let off of it, and it's done. But the 4T, you hit your trigger, you can let off of it, and it'll still continue to cut until you hit the trigger again. Then it will sit there and shut off. To adjust that feature, you go down here to operation mode. Hit your button. There's 4T, back to 2T. And you have a preferences button right over here. You can sit there and adjust your post flow from 5 seconds all the way up to 15 seconds. But on this cut, I'm going to be running it at 7 seconds. I don't know if that setting is right for this particular cut, but it worked for me. With this machine, it's got a very nice, torch handle. And I believe I bought like 110 pieces, 110 set of consumables also with this machine. It did cost me a little bit extra, but this machine, I do have under $200 in the machine. And I think I gave like another $23, I think, for the consumables. Yeah, with you do want to use a respirator with this machine. Because the fumes, it's not good for you. And you do want to use a welding helmet, when cutting because the light is bright. Now I'm going to start this cut and I'll cut you back on. Like I said, I'm a newbie at this. Yeah, well, here's the gun. And I bought, a bunch of the consumables and stuff like that. I bought a bunch of consumables when I bought the machine. So I can have plenty of spares. Because I figured I'm going to burn through a lot of these, just trying to learn how to do this. And me just learning. I'm Shaky Jake. So I got me a piece of strap, to use as a guide. And, I'll be honest with you, this is only like my 4th cut I've ever made with this thing. So, you gotta bear with me. Get my mask on, because yes, the light is bright, just like welding. And I'm not gonna wear a respirator so you guys can hear me and it's not all muffled. But you do want to use in a well ventilated shop or, outside. As you can see, I'm not the best at plasma cutting, but it did get the job done. And you can take your hammer and chip away and get the slag off of it. Yeah, it is a lot faster than a cutting wheel. Yeah, that is for sure. And I'm sure, just like everything, there is a learning curve. But, for under $200, I can't really complain. Honestly, for the money, I don't think I could really expect anything better, than that. I could sit there and clean it up, if I was just cutting something if I was making something, wanting to weld to it. Sure, I think I can lay a decent bead in there, if I'm trying to butt that corner up, with something, but, I hope, this kind of helps people understand what this product is about. And I am a true beginner, I swear. Anybody can do this. But, that's a quick little review on it. Feel free, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment, and I will definitely try to answer them. Like I said, I'm new at this, so if I don't know, I'm sure I can get a hold of somebody that does. But I definitely appreciate it, guys, and talk to you soon.